Of a live bomb on the bridge where the tide can't flow, snap vivid like the Nikon. Been cold with the vibe warm, keep it locked like the vice arm. They got her twisted like the coat arm, heart something froze like the snowstorm. Her tote bag match a throat charm. She from the land of the sand where they flex so subtle when I drink mint muddle. Left home and her man in the game that he played for the sand of the shade. She parades you the square in her shades. She like why you do that, niggas be deceptive. Young pretty restless, long as a check is addressed to a resident. She self-heal therapy, she retail on clearance, but she shopping for clarity. Reap what she sold for the dividend. Know what time is the medicine. Copping the wristwatch, Cartier with the bezel on her credit. The man in hers where it's due. I swear she's so sadistic, defensive, pessimistic, reclusive. She too lit, independent. She too quick to dismiss courtship, concerned with malice. She pile up as the bout ends. She throws a talent. She clutch a half full chalice. Sip you from fountains. Check her rap. She chic, maneuver mountains.
Fly away with you. Escape the negative. I'm just trying to let time out. Fly away with you. Escape the negative. I'm just trying to let. So girl, come on, let's fly. Girl, come on, let's fly.
I let the thumbnail distract me from the bigger picture. Losing sanity to misplaced feelings. Real shit kept keeping her makeup bristles. Outline blink, she sent 1,000 kisses. I just tripped, I sold 1 million tickets. I'm way too focused on this image lately. My mind is racing, million miles a minute. No time to slide, I guess I'm bad with distance. I never text you back lately, my thoughts they drifted around the shots to keep us all from losing who we are. We're products of a generation where we swiping left across the interfaces. Out my mind, I tend to be evasive. Yeah. All the notice how the money made us.
Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking, all right? So if you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys are having a difficult time hearing me or the screen presentation is not looking good, give me a thumbs down or an angry face. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to shout out everybody in the building, all right? Shout out to Volvo to Love. Shout out to Jesse Paris. Shout out to Patricia Slade. Make sure y'all show my man DSB some love with the 14 months of membership support. I appreciate you, bro. Make sure y'all show him some love, throw some flames, some radiation emojis, some ducks in the chat for him. Shout out to Jesse Paris. What's good with it, bro? We got Brooklyn Queen in the building. Shout out to Jerry Bedford. My man John Guillory is in the house. Shout out to Christopher Perkins. What's good with it, bro? We got Lloyd Sky 9 in the house, and we got Win Loser Rug. All right, so shout out to all of y'all. We about to run through this real quick because I'm in a rush, so my apologies in advance. All right, but it's some interesting stuff going on that we need to talk about. If I'm able to go live again about this later on today, I will try to, but I may not be able to. Shout out to my man Lloyd Sky 9. You see that? Bitcoin at 72,000. Hey, Bitcoin at 72,000. If I'm not mistaken, I think Ethereum is up like 6% today. People could have made money just from the last episode of Tales from the Cryptocurrency to today. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, Lloyd? You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? Shout out to everybody. Hopefully your wallet is looking good. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen with the 12 months of membership support. Make sure y'all show her some love. Throw some flames, radiation emoji, ducks in the chat. All right. How many people heard about this story right here? Texas National Guardman, all right, caught smuggling migrant across southern border in his government SUV. What a clown show. What a clown show. Texas National Guard is helping to smuggle migrants into the United States. I thought that they were supposed to be down there trying to mitigate the migrant crisis, trying to back up the razor wire. But instead, what we have is them utilizing the comfort of SUVs and their military expertise to help sneak migrants into the United States. All right, look at this. See this tweet right here? A Texas, this is Allie Bradley. I think this is that Allie from News Nation. A Texas National Guard soldier deployed from McAllen to Eagles Pass under Operation Lone Star was busted for attempting to smuggle an illegal immigrant in a government vehicle on Sunday. Kinney County Sheriff Brad Coe says the soldier turned around when he approached, and I'm assuming, the exit or whatever. Unbelievable. He was arrested Sunday in Bracketville after the chase, which reached speeds at over 100 miles per hour, and charged with evading arrest, smuggling of persons, and unlawful carry of a weapon. The soldier was deployed to the Eagle Pass crossing as part of Governor Greg Abbott's Operation Lone Star, according to News Nation Now. Kinney County Sheriff Brad Coe told the outlet that Johnson turned around when he approached a Border Patrol checkpoint off Highway 674, where agents tried to stop him. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Why would a National Guardsman try to do this? Why would a National Guardsman try to do this? Somebody make this make sense. And shout out to my man DeAndre for being a like enforcer. And shout out to Robin Ann Battle. What's good with it, Robin? Make sure you guys do what DeAndre is saying in the chat, and make sure you guys show him some love. Throw some like enforcers in the chat for DeAndre for being a like enforcer. I appreciate you, bro. Enforce them likes. Texas DPS officers then used spike strips to get the SUV to come to a stop. The illegal immigrant jumped out and fled before he gave himself up and was later processed by Border Patrol, according to the outlet. The suspect, who was armed, was promised $5,000 to $6,000 for smuggling the undocumented person, sources told News Nation. So he gave up his freedom and he gave up his position, gave up all of his rank in the military for $5,000 to $6,000. How many of y'all would have done that for $5,000 to $6,000? Would y'all have done that for $5,000 to $6,000? We don't know what's going on in their lives to make them do this, Cole told the outlet, but they're going to get caught. Okay. If the allegations are true, the accused is a traitor and a criminal, spokesman for Abbott told Fox News in a statement. We have zero tolerance for Texans who violate laws that directly contradict the mission we are seeking to achieve. The accused's illegal smuggling may subject him to a mandatory minimum prison sentence of at least 10 years. He deserves more, he added. Abbott has increased resources as part of Operation Lone Star, an effort to secure the southern border in what the state says is a lack of leadership from the federal government. All right. Video of the arrest emerged on the same day the state squared off against the Justice Department in oral arguments before a panel of the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals over its controversial anti-illegal immigration law. The law, which allows local cops to arrest illegal immigrants, has been blocked after a lawsuit from the Biden administration. There's always been people who cross the border, Texas Solicitor General Aaron Nielsen said in court, Fox News reported. But before, we talked about hundreds of thousands. Now we talk about millions. Before, we talked about tens of thousands of unaccompanied minors. Now we talk about hundreds of thousands. Before, we talked about a few countries. Now we talk about essentially all countries, he added. The Post has reached out to the Texas Military Department for comment. All right. So this is crazy. This is dumb. Look at this. Look at this. Look.
Out this way. Come on. Turn around. Come on, behind your back. Why are you running, dude?
I got very, very scared.
Oh, what? You don't see fucking red lights?
I know, I'm just very scared.
He's a driver. Him.
Where the bodies?
You
jumped them?
Yep.
When Hispanic male just took off south right, pulled back, back. Oh man, I'm so stupid.
Yeah, you are fucking stupid, man.
You know how many people you could have fucking killed, man? Jesus Christ.
Why
What about?
Fuck that.
No shit, man.
Fuck that.
What's over here? You know how many weapons on you?
No, sir. One in the vehicle.
Oh, you had a weapon in the vehicle too?
There's
Jesus Christ, man.
it's,
You don't have anything else on you?
no, sir.
Hey, Troop, you want me to put him in mine?
Yeah, put them in now.
One bell?
You said that way?
Ten bracket. We got the driver. I got him 95 in limited.
Oh, no, but at the other one. When they pulled off, they bell there. No, he didn't bell there. Nobody belled.
So again, my question is, who does this? Who does it? And real quick, shout out to TD Media Group. Make sure y'all show TD Media Group some love for being a member for 15 months. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure y'all show some love. Throw him some flames, radiation emoji, and ducks in the chat. All right. So now the migrant crisis is continuing. It's not getting any better, right? But it's evolving. Now it's turning into a migrant / squatter crisis. All right. But it's going down in more places than in Texas. Here's an article from the Times of India. There's no end in sight. Southern California is facing a surging migrant crisis. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Why do you think that this is occurring in Southern California? One of the reasons why it's occurring in Southern California is probably because of the reason that we just saw. In Texas, it's not really going down like that. They got a lot of rules, they got a lot of regulations, they got a lot of enforcement in place to try to stop the migrant crisis from spilling over the border in Texas. Not so much in some of these other places. So what you're going to see is you're going to see the migrants migrating to other places to try to get into the United States. All right. Southern California is facing increasing strain from surging numbers of migrants crossing the border, leading to concerns from local politicians about the strain on resources and potential impacts on communities, Fox News reported. San Diego County Supervisor Jim Desmond highlighted the escalating situation, telling Fox News, "There is no end in sight. This is a new norm, which I think we're going to get a rude wake-up call of someday." He warned that this surge could become the new norm, expressing concerns about its long-term implications. Migrants arriving in Southern California typically surrender to Border Patrol agents after navigating various obstacles along the border. They undergo processing at CBP facilities and are often released, with many being dropped off at local transit stations. According to Desmond, between 600 and 900 migrants are released daily, overwhelming these transit stations. Okay, so my question for you all is, how does anybody expect this migrant crisis to end if all they have to do is encounter migrants and then they get released to a transit station? Shout out to Bronze Guy. What's good with it? Shout out to Mo Fax. What's good with you, bro? Somebody make this make sense. El Cajon, situated near downtown San Diego, has emerged as one of the primary drop-off sites. Mayor Bill Wells lamented the federal government's perceived tax approach to border control, stating, "Now the gates are wide open and we're no longer even trying." So I want you guys to pay very close attention. They're admitting they're not even trying to mitigate this crisis anymore. For the most part, what it seems like they've effectively given up. So if they've given up, what is the expectation? If they're no longer enforcing, what's going to happen? What do you guys expect? What do you guys think? CBP data reveals an 85% increase in encounters at the San Diego sector in February compared to the same period last year. So now, again, why has this increased to 85%? That's a huge increase. Now, we talk about investments, right? If you had an investment that increased 85%, you'd be pretty excited about it, right? Because that's a huge increase. So now imagine we already had surging numbers at the border. Imagine what an 85% increase will do to those numbers. Imagine what that's going to do. Agents are grappling with a surge in give-ups, individuals who cross the border and claim asylum to be processed and released into the U.S. So what it sounds like to me is that they've perfected their craft. Everybody understands how the United States government works. Everybody's about to just take advantage of the catch and release hustle. They're going to catch these migrants coming across the border, then they release them into the United States, and then that's the last that you hear about them. That's the last that you got to hear. Despite assurances from the Biden administration that our borders are not open, frontline workers describe a contradictory reality. Border Patrol agents are reportedly overwhelmed with limited resources and options to address the situation effectively. Local leaders, including Wells and Desmond, have observed crowds at transit stations and expressed concerns about the lack of adequate facilities and resources to accommodate the influx. Efforts to establish a longer-term shelter have faced challenges, with funding running out for a processing center previously used to handle migrant arrivals. Okay, a lot of them are going to the East Coast. A lot of them leave. but a lot we don't know, Desmond told Fox. According to a recent Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs research poll, 41% of the respondents blame Republicans in Congress, and nearly half of adults blame Biden and House Democrats for the current state of affairs at the New York-Mexico border. And I think that meant to say Democrats. I think that meant to say Democrats, but as you guys know, these people really cannot write good, articulate articles. You know what I'm saying? And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't, please take a moment, smash the like button. Also, if you haven't hit the bell, take a moment to hit the bell and share the stream to your social media. All right. Republicans are also criticizing Biden's management of the southern border with nearly every instrument at their disposal in Congress. In exchange for helping Ukraine, they are pressuring Democrats to accept strong votes on border security measures and to alter their policies. Furthermore, Alejandro Mayorkas, the Secretary of Homeland Security, was impeached by the House in February due to his management of the southern border. So whatever happened to that Alejandro Mayorkas impeachment? Did it ever go anywhere? Shout out to James Sumler and shout out to Black Spider. What's good with it? Whatever happened to that Mayorkas impeachment? That kind of just fell through, it seems like. Anybody heard any new news about that? So now what's interesting about it is we're going to take a quick look at this video that MSNBC put up, and it's called Mexican Cartels Explicitly Weaponizing Sexual Violence Against Migrant Women Waiting to Enter the United States, which is interesting, right? Because once the migrants get to the United States, it seems like they're doing the same tactics against women here. But what's interesting about it is that MSNBC, ABC, CBS, and CNN are not really making a big mention of it. You have to catch the local news to see the details on stories like that. So let's check this out.
We're taking a closer look at what many migrant women face on their way to the United States. Earlier this week at this hour, we saw the first part of a special report on the sexual abuse and rape against migrants in Mexico. Today, we have part two. I want you to know parts of the story you're about to see are disturbing, but this is the reality that has been affecting so many women for so long, but now it's gotten to a critical point. Joining us now, MSNBC contributor Paula Ramos. Paula, thank you. You visited a Mexican city near the border, met some women who were raped on their way to the United States. What did you learn?
Well, Jose, what these women told me, which is the same thing that was also confirmed by immigration activists, lawyers, NGOs, and the migrants themselves, is that there is a disturbing and very concrete rise in the rate of sexual violence against migrant women on the Mexican side of the border. Now, you and I know, Jose, that cartel violence has always been a norm in these Mexican border towns.
So now the thing is that how do you stop that, right? One way to stop that would probably be to stop trying to illegally enter the country. That probably would be the best way to stop this situation from happening. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Because, again, we got to always go back to that basic question. Who's forcing these people to come here? Yeah, and I got to agree. Shout out to MoFax. MoFax says grape trees have been a thing for almost a decade. Yeah, facts. Facts. I agree 100%.
The difference now, though, seems to be the way that the cartels are very explicitly weaponizing sexual violence against migrant women as yet another form of extortion and torture. And so what we're about to see, and to your point, these are very difficult images, but they do show the way that this type of very vicious violence has consequences, Jose, on both sides of the border. Take a look.
So we just crossed from Brownsville, Texas, over to Matamoros. Right now, we're in the state of Tamaulipas, which is considered one of the most dangerous places in Mexico, more than anything because of the cartel violence that's taking place here. Now, every single person that we've talked to on the ground is telling us that the rate of sexual violence against migrants is escalating. It's increasing. It's getting worse by the day. So we're on our way to a refugee shelter to understand the impact that it's having on the migrants that are crossing from these border towns into the United States.
Maria, her husband, and their 2 children say they had to leave Guatemala last year after receiving death threats from the same gang that had already killed nearly half of her family.
No traíamos zapatos, no traíamos ropa, nada.
They traveled north, hoping to be near the US border as they waited for their official immigration appointments, a crucial part of seeking asylum. They had no idea the worst part of their journey would take place just feet away from Texas.
Ya puestos aquí en Tamaulipas, en Reynosa, se sube un grupo. Se cruzó una camioneta blanca y subieron vestidos de negro.
¿Quiénes?
Y empezaron a decir, somos los del Golfo.
¿El cartel del Golfo?
Sí.
¿Estaban armados?
Sí, con pistolas en mano. Y mi marido me quedaba viendo y me dice, nos van.
So you guys remember when Trump was in office, the narrative was they keep splitting up the migrant families. Now, apparently, what the narrative is going to be is that these migrants who come to the United States from the southern border, it's somehow our responsibility to protect them from all of the perils that they have to encounter while entering the country illegally.
Van a matar.
Usted en esos momentos, su marido pensaba que ahí
nos iban a quitar la vida. Y empezaron a quitarlo la ropa. Me desvistieron toda delante de él y me empezaron a golpear porque yo les decía que no traía dinero. Y ellos me decían, pásame el teléfono, vamos a contactar a tu familia para que pague tu rescate. No tengo quien pague rescate. Entonces me van a decir, nos vas a pagar con cuerpo. Empezaron a violarme más de 20 personas. Y me decían que esto te pasa por no pagar.
So I just wanted to show a little bit of that because, as you guys know, what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to pull at your heartstrings. They're gonna try to pull at your heartstrings. Now, while they're reporting on that, right? And shout out to TD because TD just dropped a video about this. The mainstream media hasn't really covered this situation or followed anything going on with this individual at all. Okay. You guys remember that migrant influencer that looks like he has a lisp? You can go out on people's houses if you want to. Get money. Americans work like dogs. And we're going to come and take your houses. You guys remember him? He's in jail now. He's in jail looking psychotic. Look at that face. Look at that face. That's the face that only a demon could love. Migrant influencer who encouraged squatting whines to the New York Post that he's a victim of persecution in jailhouse interview. I'm a victim. The jailed Venezuelan migrant influencer who recently mocked America to his 500,000 TikTok followers and urged border crossers to invade abandoned houses now misses the glorious liberties he enjoyed in the U.S., whining to the Post this week that he misses his freedom. What freedom? He misses his freedom. He misses his freedom to sit up there on TikTok and taunt people because that's what he was doing with his freedom. Wouldn't you guys agree? That's what he was doing with his freedom. He was sitting up there on TikTok just taunting people. Yeah, it's crazy. The zest is real. I've been politically persecuted in America. This is not what I came here for. I came here to find a better life. I came here to raise my children. Yeah, look at this dude. Yeah, looking like a pit bull. Looking like a pit bull. Look at him. Look at him. Viva la America. Man, you look crazy. And now you sit up there with all the crazy people. Leonel, I think this is his name, Leonel Moreno, moaned that he is a victim of unjust persecution Wednesday during a 30-minute long video televisit from inside Geauga County Jail in Chardon, Ohio. Now, if you guys ain't familiar, Chardon, Ohio is a place where there was a school shooting. I can't remember what year it took place, but it was one of those OG school shootings from way back in the day. I came here to the United States because of persecution in my country, but they're doing the same thing to me in the United States, persecuting me, Moreno 27 waited. Now, here's the thing that I wonder. I wonder if everybody that's being persecuted is being persecuted because they was doing something illegal back where they was from. Because I wonder if he was on TikTok sitting up there lisping it up, talking about how he could disrespect the Venezuelan government. Who cares what Nicolas Maduro says? This is the country of the people. We can break all the laws. We can do whatever we want. On his zesty TikTok account. Man, they probably kicked him out of Venezuela. For real, for real. Nicolas Maduro probably said, give him to the Americans. They'll take him. And of course, you know, we did. Then he comes over here, squat, squat. Everybody squat like you're at the gym. Squat. Find a vacant house and squat. Like, seriously? Now he's in the jail. Get me out of here. Oh, man. Shout out to Professor Days. You can't make this up. It's all misinformation about me in the media. They're defaming me. They're misrepresenting me in the news. So if they take the clips from your TikTok account and they play those clips that you made, how is somebody defaming you? How is somebody defaming you? I think what ended up happening is that he bit off a little bit more than he can chew. And now he's a little bit upset about it, a little bit angry. You know what I'm saying? It's all misinformation in the media about me. They're defaming me. They're misrepresenting me in the news. I'm a good father, a good husband. Where's your wife? A good son. Where's your dad? A good person, humble, respectful to people who respect me. I don't think that was being respectful, talking about squatting on people's houses. Continued Moreno, who spoke only in Spanish and hid his face from the camera's view for the duration of the interview. I mean, he ain't never hid his face before. Look at him right there. Look at him right there. Why are you hiding your face now? Boy, what are you hiding for? Oh, man. Now he's looking rough. I miss my entire life. I miss my freedom, he cried. With Moreno out of the frame, the camera showed inmates in blue striped jumpsuits sitting at 5 silver metal tables through a glass window. At one point during the video visit, 5 scowling inmates looked in his direction, with some indecipherably shouting at him. What is happening to me? Moreno could be heard muttering to himself, I'm afraid they're going to kill me. They're coming for my life. Anyone, he said. So there you go right there. He's looking a little bit different than he was looking before. Would you guys agree? He's looking a little bit different than he was before. You know what I'm saying? At that time in jail, put a little bit of hair on his face. You see, there you go right there. You know, being in that jail cell, put a little bit of time on his face, or put a little bit of hair on his face. Moreno said he's been in touch with his wife, Veronica Torres, since he's been locked up, and insisted the Post contact her so she could change an undisclosed sum for a good interview with him. The Post does not pay for interviews, so she could charge an undisclosed sum. So he trying to get money. He trying to do it the American way. Immigrant and Customs Enforcement fugitive operations officers cuffed Moreno in Columbus, Ohio on March 29th, nearly 2 years after he and Torres illegally crossed the southern border into Eagles Pass, Texas on April 23rd of 2022. He was allowed to stay in the country on a Biden administration approved parole scheme. So as you guys can see, according to the New York Post, it was specifically Biden administration rules that allowed him to remain here in the United States. Oh yeah, they coming for it. They coming for that bell pepper. They coming for that bell pepper. Oh man. But then he failed to appear for required check-in with immigration officers, according to ICE. This Venezuelan national could also face federal firearm charges, according to sources and international federal documents reviewed by the Post this week. A series of March 14th videos still on Moreno's Instagram account show him holding and showing firearms in a gun store, asking his followers, which do you like best? Which do you like best? If I take this to the American house, they let me come in. Like, seriously? Seriously? This is all a result of the Biden administration. Let me ask you guys this question. How many of y'all think that this is a result of the Biden administration? If this is a result of Biden administration failed border policy, give me a thumbs up. If it's not, then give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down. Now Moreno insisted he was thrown in the clink because of his inflammatory social media videos, and ironically vowed to use the First Amendment to fight any charges. I use First Amendment. You have better luck using that AR-15. Oh, man, you have better luck using that AR-15. Shout out to my man, AB Promotions. What's good with it, bro? AB Promotions said, did they repossess the baby that he bought straight cash? Yo, that's hilarious. I don't know. I have no idea. But, yo, I appreciate the super chat, bro. Let me see what we got popping off here. Yeah. All right, so check this out, y'all. Here go. Make sure y'all show AB Promotions some love.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
This is the hardest record out. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Starting it out right. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Nah, I didn't see that yet. Shout out to TD. TD says, bro, you got to hit on the string of migrant home invasions I spoke on. Did you touch on that yet? Nah, I didn't hear about that yet, bro. I gotta do some research, or you gotta drop the video first. Shout out to Alonda. What's good with it, Alonda? And real quick, if you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell, and share the stream to your social media. All right. So now it says if Leonel Moreno commits a crime or something, then they would be right. But it's because of my work, so this is unfair. Social media is my job. He says social media is his job. There go to baby straight cash. You see it, AB? There go to baby straight cash right there. Oh, man, there go to straight cash, baby. If I want to say something now, I can't say it. Yeah, you can say it. We've become an oppressive country instead of a free country where we can express ourselves, whatever's in our hearts. The United States was created to do that, not to oppress, he said. So again, right here, this clearly, he doesn't know the history of the United States. The United States was built on oppression. Welcome to America, homeboy. Welcome to America, homeboy. Previously, Moreno posted videos to TikTok and Instagram encouraging other migrants to come to the United States, where he said they didn't have to work because they could make more money from begging on the streets and collecting government handouts. Okay. I didn't cross the Rio Grande to work like a slave, Moreno said in one Instagram clip while waving a stack of $100 bills in front of his face. In the same video, Moreno claimed to have enough money to support himself, Torres, and their daughter, who was born in October, for at least 18 months without having to work. Now, let me ask you guys this question. Do you guys believe him that he had this much money? If y'all believe him that he had this much money, give me a thumbs up. If y'all didn't, give me a thumbs down. But I know if AB Promotions keep dropping chats, you know what I'm saying, dropping them super chats, I'm going to be waving some $100 bills. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be waving some $100 bills on my next live stream.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
This is the hardest record out.
Yeah. How you think we fund this little organization? We ain't exactly the March of Dimes. You know what I'm saying? We ain't exactly the March of Dimes over here. You know what I'm saying? The Venezuelan also called for his fellow countrymen to unite in support of the 15-year-old migrant who's accused of firing shots that injured the tourist in Times Square on February 8th. TikTok last week shut down Moreno's account, which had roughly 500,000 followers, but his Instagram profile is still active, and he has more than 17,000 followers, all right? So I wonder what kind of influencing he was doing before he became a migrant. Do y'all think that he just made his accounts here in the United States, or was he doing the migrant influencing elsewhere? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Make sure y'all show Brooklyn Queen some love. Throw some flames, radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for Brooklyn Queen. Hey.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
This is the hardest record out.
Hey, I Get Money used to be my cut back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to 50. Shout out to 50. I Get Money used to be the cut back in the day. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Moreno vowed in a March 17th Instagram video, yes, they closed my TikTok account, but I keep earning on Facebook and Instagram. I won't earn the same, but I am going to get my TikTok account back. I'm going to keep earning money. So he's claiming he's going to keep getting money. The social media personality insisted to the post that the person in his videos was just that, a fictional character. All right. So now, yo, shout out to my man Hurricane IQ. Shout out to my man Hurricane IQ for the membership. Make sure y'all show him some love. Throw some flames and some radiation emoji in the chat for him. Let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on. Y'all about to die laughing at this. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's in here. If you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please do me a favor. Smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell, please take a moment, hit the bell, and share the stream to your social media. Let me see. Hold on real quick. All right. Yeah. Here we go. Now, let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think that they should do this with Moreno?
Up to date to deport them. Can't keep up to the trends and report them.
Is that what they should do with Moreno? If y'all think that that's what they should do with Moreno, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think that that's what they should do with Moreno, give me a thumbs down. Have a baby by me, baby. Be a millionaire. Write the check before the baby come. Who the hell cares? He said, I'm stanky rich. Southside up in this bitch. Oh, man. The social media personality insisted to the post that the person in the videos was just that, a fictional character. Yeah, I don't think so. How many people have ever seen this this little ticker that scrolls across the bottom of my screen? Oh, I missed Win, Lose, or Rug. My bad. Hold on real quick. Oh, shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug. My bad, y'all. Shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug. Make sure y'all show Win, Lose, or Rug. Win, Lose, or Rug said one more time for Leonel locked down in that Ohio penal system. Yo, facts. Make sure y'all show Win, Lose, or Rug some love for that.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
This is the hardest record out.
Hey, man, that's hilarious, man. That is hilarious. Shout out to Win, Lose, or Rug, man. Make sure y'all show him some love. I appreciate you, bro. All right. So now here, look at this. I have a sarcastic, dark sense of humor. That's my job. Leonel Moreno is the opposite, he said, although he refused to answer whatever the personality believes in the disgraceful messages he spewed on his videos. One thing is Lido Official, which means official Lido, his nickname in Spanish. And another thing is Leonel Moreno. That's all I can tell you. They are different things. Okay, well, here's the thing, right? If your fake character that you made up is sitting up there telling people to do illegal things or encouraging them to do the wrong thing, you're still liable for that because you're responsible for what that character says. You're the one that wrote the script for that character. Would you guys agree? If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down. So speaking of migrants in Ohio, how many people heard about the 7 migrants? Or I'm sorry, how many people heard about the migrant that was deported 7 times and charged with deleting somebody in Ohio? If you guys heard about that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys did not hear about that, give me a thumbs down. And we're about to take a look and see exactly what's going on with this situation here.
Right now, this man is charged with aggravated murder after a body was found in an alley just north of Cincinnati. The Hamilton Police Department says Fermin Garcia Gutierrez is an illegal immigrant who's been to jail nearly a dozen times, deported 7 times. They say he...
Now, again, I want y'all to make sure that y'all heard that first part, right? Did y'all hear all of the stats, all of the rap sheet, all of the rundown on him? Why is it that these migrants that have these kind of horrendous criminal records, they've always been deported before? They've always been through the criminal justice system before. All of this stuff has already happened to them before. And there's no enforcement on it. My question for you guys is, why do you all think that there's no enforcement on it? If you ask me, one of the reasons why there's no enforcement on it is because the mainstream media really does a good job of suppressing these kind of stories to make it so that this kind of stuff is not circulating very much through the public discourse. Okay? Now, I agree 100%. I was actually just about to say that, but MoFax took the words out of my mouth. MoFax said the victims' families need to start suing. The victims' families need to start suing the Biden administration. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. I agree 100%.
Right now, this man is charged with aggravated murder after a body was found in an alley just north of Cincinnati. The Hamilton Police Department says Fermin Garcia Gutierrez is an illegal immigrant who's been to jail nearly a dozen times, deported 7 times. They say he used at least 7 names and 3 birth dates since his first arrest back in 2001.
So again, this is what I'm talking about. Remember how in those older Undocumented Bros videos, I used to ask the question, well, how do you even know who these people are? Because these people repeatedly change their names. They change their names all the time. They change their paperwork. There's no way that anybody can go back and look and figure out who is who and what is what. And here's a perfect example of it. Shout out to Hurricane IQ. What's good with you, bro?
A sheriff saying these are all of his mugshots, at least, you know, right here on the screen, the ones that they know of. Nick's here with more on the story. Nick, what more do we know about the suspect and how does he keep on getting back into the United States?
Marky, good morning. Your second question first. How does he keep getting back into the U.S.? According to Sheriff Richard Jones, Fermin Garcia Gutierrez entered the U.S. illegally multiple times and went through the U.S. legal system more than once, now with tragic consequences. Garcia Gutierrez is now charged with aggravated murder, and in last week's press conference, Sheriff Jones said the illegal immigrant turned murder suspect has been deported from the U.S. 7 times and jailed at least 11 times. And get this, the man believed to be Garcia Gutierrez is alleged to have used at least 7 different names and 3 different birth dates. To be clear, according to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, murders committed by illegal immigrants in the U.S. are not increasing. In fact, the numbers have fallen. In 2022, 62 homicides or manslaughters were recorded, and in 2023, just 29. Not everyone agrees, like Sheriff Jones.
I can tell you this, that person would be alive today. And if you don't think that it's affecting you in Butler County, Ohio, we're all border states, we're all border counties, it's here. And we could go on and on. Again, we have an illegal that's here, and he's been deported 8 times in our county, and he's committed 20 crimes. He's had 7 different names, and now he's charged with murder, aggravated murder. And who knows who else he's killed along.
So again, as you guys can see, they're not putting these stories out in the mainstream media. People are not hearing about this stuff. So if people are not hearing about this stuff, it's very easy to present the argument, oh, this isn't really a problem. I mean, where are you actually hearing about this at? Well, that's why people got to do the research.
On the way or killed in Mexico.
Sheriff Jones clearly frustrated. Some say the responsibility to keep people like Garcia Gutierrez out of the United States must work in concert with local law enforcement and the U.S. judicial process.
My question to the sheriff would be, what happened the second, third, or fourth time that you arrested him? Why isn't he continuously in jail and you let him go? Was this the judge?
Right. See, now he's asking the right questions. He's asking the right questions. Shout out to Vega. I mean, how does somebody come into the United States and get arrested and kicked out 7 times? And again, this is the problem with the undocumented stuff, because there's no documentation to go back and figure out who this person or who these people are. Okay.
Did you not call ICE for a deportation? Obviously, if they know you have been arrested first, second, or third, by the second or third time, you're doing some serious jail time because the Border Patrol is going to put you there.
Marky,
now let me ask you guys this question. How many people have heard about the tuberculosis cases going around? If you guys have heard about the tuberculosis cases going around, give me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't, give me a thumbs down.
There are so many questions yet to be answered. News Nation has reached out to the Hamilton Police Department and the Butler County Sheriff's Office for comment. We're waiting for a response. Garcia Gutierrez will be back in court on April 10th. Marky.
Just doesn't make any sense. Nick, thank you so much.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense at all. Now, how many people heard about these 6 migrant squatters? There was 6 migrant squatters in New York, and they were released without bail. I don't know why that would occur. Shout out to Phil. What's good with it, Phil? But it did. Okay, we're going to take a look at it.
Migrants found squatting inside an apartment in the Bronx were arrested on gun and drug charges, but then some were subsequently released without bail. Good Day's Briella Tomasetti, she is live in the north.
So again, why would you release these people without bail? Why would you release any of these people without bail? Make that make sense. And real quick, shout out to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys have not hit the bell and subscribe to the channel, please take a moment, hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. And also, wherever you're watching from, please share the stream to your social media. Oh, yeah, we talked about the measles, Robin. Facts. We definitely talked about the measles. Shout out to Mike Mellis John. What's good with you, bro?
A group of migrants found squatting inside an apartment in the Bronx were arrested on gun and drug charges, but then some were subsequently released without bail. Good Day's Briella Tomasetti, she is live in the Norwood section of the Bronx with more. Briella, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Tashani, good morning to you. Well, out of the 6 people freed without bail, 4 of them are out on supervised release. Now, not only were there guns and drugs in this home behind me, all of these illegal activities happened right across the street from a school.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. All of these illegal activities happened at a apartment right across the street from a school. That's great. That's exactly what needs to go on right by a school. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys show AB Promotion some love. Please throw some flames, radiation emoji, and some ducks in the chat for my man AB Promotions with the $4.99 super chat. He says, they don't know about top billing. I Get Money is about to be in heavy rotation. Facts. Big facts.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.
This is the hardest record out.
Surveillance video shows the moment 3 cop cars pull up to Hull Avenue and East 107th Street in the Bronx. At least 4 NYPD officers are seen running in the direction of a multifamily home and coming back into frame with several people in handcuffs.
Man, this is ridiculous, man. That is ridiculous. Make sure y'all show my man Phil Mayo some love with the $10 super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate it. Shout out to my man Hurricane IQ with the 99 cents super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Y'all know what's up. We got that.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
This is the hardest record out.
The raid resulting in 8 arrests and the confiscation of weapons and drugs. Police say suspected migrants were illegally taking up residence there.
The problem is that they were squatters.
Alfred Munoz believes the group was living next door to him for 6 months or possibly even longer.
There were a lot of people, a lot of young people, a lot of motorcycles.
The alleged squatters were busted after police got a call for a person with a gun.
Shout out to Tatum, man. What's good with it, bro?
Upon arrival, responding officers found a 24-year-old man armed with a pistol and chased him into the basement apartment. He was arrested along with 7 other suspected migrants, including a 22-year-old man who tried to run off with a weapon. According to a complaint filed in court, a search at the home turned up even more guns, ammunition, and cocaine.
They were a nuisance to the neighborhood.
The 8 suspects face gun, drug, and child endangerment charges. All but 2 of them were released without bail, something that has neighbors sleeping with one eye open.
Obviously, you don't want hooligans hanging out with you or living near you. Yeah, it's a very peaceful, quiet street.
Yeah, and Munoz, that neighbor you just heard from, believes that the squatters, the alleged squatters, moved in without the owner's knowledge and says the owner probably couldn't get them evicted because they were living here for more than 30 days. Now he will have to take his case up with the courts for now.
It's amazing that somebody can just take your stuff, and if they stay there for more than 30 days, you have to go to court and prove to the court why they need to leave. Isn't that insane? If you guys think that that's insane, give me a thumbs up. If y'all don't think that that's insane, give me a thumbs down. Shout out to my man, John Guillory. John Guillory said, hit me with the blade. How you think we fund this little operation? We ain't exactly the March of Dimes. Yo, that hey, that part of the movie had me dying.
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Hey, that part of the movie had me dying. She said, oh my God, you're robbing him? She said, oh my God, you're robbing him now?
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
Shout out to Deneen. What's good with it, Deneen? Oh man, that's hilarious, man. Hey, Blade was unintentionally funny, man. He got some lines. He definitely got some one-liners that was unintentionally hilarious. Shout out to Leonard D. Yuta. What's good with it, bro? So now we about to check out this Fed bust that took place in New York again because it's going down in New York.
This time by ICE agents.
All right, so we are talking about the same migrants.
Hold on real quick. Let's see. Let me know if you guys can hear this because it sounds like it's kind of quiet.
33 right now. So 3 migrants are in federal custody this morning after being re-arrested in the Bronx, but this time by ICE agents.
All right, so we are talking about the same migrants who were arrested by the NYPD last week. We discussed it with the NYPD on this very show. 4 others are in custody with local law enforcement, so it can get confusing. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Regional Field Director Ken Ginello joining us this morning to bring us up to date on the latest arrests and what happens next. So good morning to you. Good to see you again, Ken.
Good morning. Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Hazel. How are you?
So let's talk about this. The raid came exactly 1 week, right, after the NYPD arrested 8 people at the same location. So
are you guys able to hear? Shout out to Leonard and Hurricane. It's kind of low, but you guys can hear it. That's all right. That's all right. We got to make it so that you can hear it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find an article. Let me see. Hold on. I'm gonna try to find an article on that, and we'll probably be able to talk about it another day. But right now we're gonna take a look at these tuberculosis cases. How many people are in the Chi? If you guys are in the Chi-town, give me a thumbs up. If you're not in the Chi, give me a thumbs down. Now, tuberculosis is not a joke. You know what I'm saying? And this is a disease that spreads very quickly. There is a injectable immunity for it, but it's not excuse me, it's not widely distributed in the United States. So if there starts to be a TB breakout, that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing, because that's going to spread like wildfire. You know what I'm saying? So let's check this out. And again, you got to ask yourself the question, why is it that the mainstream media is not talking about this?
Local health officials say there are TB cases at a few shelters, but haven't disclosed those locations. And the big question this afternoon, exactly.
So with this, they never disclose the locations. Everything is always a huge secret. So if you're in Illinois at all, be very careful. You know what I'm saying? Be very careful. Make sure you wash your hands. Honestly, like, I would go as far as to say it might not be a bad idea to use those C19 protocols. Shout out to Tia. What's good with it, Tia? It might not even be a bad idea to go ahead and go back to those C19 protocols just to make sure that you're protecting yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Health officials say there are TB cases at a few shelters, but haven't disclosed those locations. And the big question this afternoon, exactly how many TB cases are we talking? It's a number we have asked the Chicago Department of Public Health to disclose, but haven't gotten an answer yet. Unlike measles, experts say tuberculosis.
So now, again, do you guys remember when Brandon Johnson kept repeating? He just kept saying, they're sick. They're coming here sick. They're sick. They're coming here sick. If you ask me, there's a possibility, and again, this is speculation. There's a possibility that they knew about all of this way back then. Because when he was saying that at that meeting and he was laughing, talking about they're sick, they're coming here sick. And then that boy died, the little black migrant boy that passed away at that shelter. We still don't know what he passed away from. Now all of this stuff with these measles are coming out. Now all of this stuff with this TB is coming out. And the thing that's interesting about it is a lot of these people from the foreign countries that they coming from, in those countries, a lot of those people get injectable immunities, because injectable immunity is available in some places for the population. Okay.
Tuberculosis is not considered a vaccine preventable illness. It's an infectious bacteria.
You guys hear that?
But haven't gotten an answer yet. Unlike measles, experts say tuberculosis is not considered a vaccine preventable illness. It's an infectious bacterial disease that mainly affects the lungs. Someone with active tuberculosis can spread it through the air by coughing, sneezing, singing, or talking. That's why open air facilities, like many of the city's migrant shelters, can lead to increased transmission. Meanwhile, city health officials say about 10 to 20% of residents of Central and South America have latent TB, which isn't transmissible, but can result in a positive test. In fact,
so did you hear what she just said? 10 to 20% of these people in the population back at home have this disease latent, which can become active at whatever point. So again, when these people are coming over here undocumented, that means that their health conditions and things like that are undocumented too. Make it make sense.
Have latent TB, which isn't transmissible, but can result in a positive test. Infectious disease specialist at the University of Chicago, Dr. Anuda Hazra, explains.
We call this latent infection, where their immune system is able to keep that tuberculosis dormant or quiet for undefined period of time. But that latent tuberculosis can then reactivate to become active tuberculosis at some point in the future. But for folks with latent tuberculosis, they cannot transmit tuberculosis from person to person.
Active TB can be treated, and latent TB should also be treated to eliminate and control the disease. Meanwhile, here at the city's landing zone, 2 buses from Texas are expected today. Since the migrant mission began in August of 2022, Chicago has welcomed more than 38,000 new arrivals. Reporting live on the Near West Side, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.
All right, so there's that. All right, so that's something that people should really, 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 really be aware of, because that can definitely become very dangerous. That can become a big issue. You know what I'm saying? So let me see. Hold on real quick. We're gonna look at one more thing here. Let's see. Yeah, so the next thing we're going to look at is apparently there's an issue with some terror suspects who have been entering through the southern border. How many people have heard about these terror suspects entering through the southern border? If you guys heard about that, give me a thumbs up. If you guys haven't, then give me a thumbs down. This situation, this migrant crisis, is just really bad. And honestly, if you ask me, it's just going to get worse, regardless of who's in office. You know what I'm saying? If Trump is in office, he might somehow be able to slow it a little bit, but it's really contingent on him being able to get majorities in the House and in the Senate. This is a situation, a can of worms that they opened up that's really going to cause a lot of issues and could possibly unravel, you know what I'm saying, the way that life is here in the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Lawmakers are demanding answers from Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas after 4 suspected terrorists crossed into the United States from Mexico, and in one case, living in this country for more than a year before being detected.
So again, crazy right off the rip. How many suspected terrorists are there in the United States? Yeah, and I gotta agree with Mo. This is definitely an international plan. This is definitely an international plan. I haven't had a chance to do any more Undocumented Bros Global videos because I've been kind of busy, but as soon as I get some time and I'm able to put some stuff together, trust me, we're going to be talking about some more. Okay.
In a statement, House Homeland Security Chair, Tennessee Republican Mark Green, saying in part this: "We may never know the full extent of the Homeland Security crisis Secretary Mayorkas has unleashed," end quote there. Tom Dempsey is live on Capitol Hill for us this morning. Tom, House Republicans have already voted to impeach Secretary Mayorkas over his handling of the border. So where do things go from here?
Hey, good morning, Marky. Well, look, News Nation has obtained this letter, this scathing letter sent to Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas, where House Republicans demand information about these 4 suspected terrorists who tried to enter the country illegally. And get this, 3 of them actually succeeded. Let's take a look at what exactly we know this morning about these.
So now here's the question. Where are these people at now? Where are these people at now? And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you all for being in here. If you haven't smashed the like button yet, please take a moment, smash that like button. Also, if you guys haven't hit the bell and subscribe to the channel, please take a moment, hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure that you hit that link that's pinned in the chat and join the Discord.
These 4 suspected terrorists. The first one is an alleged member of the terrorist group Al-Shabaab. According to the letter, he crossed the border into California last month, but was allegedly...
Okay, so he just do this. I was just about to say, but they already got the information up on the screen. We talked about Al-Shabaab on the Auditing Africa channel, right? So you know that this terrorist, alleged terrorist, suspected terrorist, is Somalian, more than likely, because Al-Shabaab is one of those groups that terrorizes Somalia. Okay. Yeah, I gotta agree that this is just dumb. This is insane.
First one is an alleged member of the terrorist group Al-Shabaab. According to the letter, he crossed the border into California last month, but was allegedly deemed a mismatch and released. The FBI didn't notice this mistake for almost a year. The second suspected terrorist is from Pakistan. He was caught a day after crossing the border, and authorities confirmed he was in fact on the terror watch list, but was allegedly released through the Alternative to Detention program. The next case involves a man from Eritrea arrested after an hours-long standoff with police after allegedly shooting a gun outside a convenience store where he worked. He's also accused of trying to grab a deputy's gun while he was being arrested. Police say he was in the United States for 6 months before this all happened, and he was later arrested. And last is a man who told Border Patrol agents he's an active member of Hezbollah and telling them he wanted to make a bomb.
I mean, like the New York Post did an article about this individual right here, and I think I actually sent this. I think I sent this story to TD. And we were laughing about it because the story just, it seems so crazy. It seems fabricated. This guy right here, Basil Ibadi. I mean, like, who says that? You get detained by ICE and then you tell them that you want to make an explosive device? I am detained. What did you want to do for, why'd you want to come to the United States? To make a bomb? Like, seriously? I like that. They're not sending over their best and brightest. I'll tell you that.
Now, in this letter that was obtained by News Nation, the lawmakers demand any information about these 4 suspected terrorists, including a lot more details about the 2 unnamed suspects in this letter. They're also asking for any information dating back to January of 2021, when President Joe Biden was inaugurated, about any other people on the terror watch list that may have allegedly tried to cross the border. So again, a lot to watch for with this, and a lot of interesting findings so far, Marky.
Yeah, we'll see what comes of this. Tom Dempsey, thanks so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to join.
All right, so there's that. All right. So yeah, man, this is just dumb. Now you've got the migrant crisis mixing with the you got the migrant crisis mixing with the homeless crisis, and now you got all this squatting and stuff going on. And I still haven't had a chance to do any of those Box Bros videos yet, but I plan to though. So just make sure y'all be on the lookout for those coming. Shout out to Abby over there on Twitch. How many of y'all got to see the eclipse? If you guys got to see it, give me a thumbs up. If y'all didn't, give me a thumbs down. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I got a video. The thing about it is, like, it's real hard, like, because when you take a picture or when you're video recording it, the radiation that's not visible light becomes visible light as it goes through the lens. So it blocks out a lot of being able to see the eclipse, and it just looks like a little dot behind the sun. Like it's like you can still see the sun. You know what I'm saying? But I got a video, you know what I'm saying? If y'all interested, you know what I'm saying, just comment after the stream and I'll post it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I got 2 videos. Like I said, it's not gonna look all crazy dope like a movie trailer or nothing like that. Y'all gonna be like, was there an actual eclipse? You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all want. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I might be live later on. If not, I will catch you all on the next live stream. I'm gonna shout out everybody who contributed and contributes to the channel. Shout out to the Patreons. Shout out to my man DSB. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to TD. I almost said TB. We've been talking about tuberculosis so damn much. I almost said TB. Shout out to my man AB Promotions. Shout out to AB again. Shout out to Brooklyn Queen. Definitely appreciate you, Brooklyn Queen. Shout out to Win Loser Rug. Definitely appreciate you, bro. Shout out to AB again. Shout out to Phil holding it down. Shout out to my man Hurricane IQ. I appreciate it, bro. Shout out to John Guillory. I definitely appreciate you as well, bro. And you guys know that those super chats and the memberships and the Patreon are important because...
How do you think that we fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the March of Dimes.
And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
fund this organization, huh? We're not exactly the march of dimes.